All right, kids, it's time for Bingo is Life.
Oh, that's how we get excited.
The podcast.
Okay.
The podcast. I'm still the artist formerly known as Jay Zare, joined by the Harrisonburg's Bingo Brothers.
Hey, what's up?
Chris and Mike Hattie Show.
Yo.
To my right, the one, the only, Mum Shackles.
Fighting back a burp.
For drinking.
Like, I'm just going to lean back real quick.
We have two
Blow it
amazing.
into the air. It's fine. I'm the classy one. Hi.
Be careful with the mic there.
Two guests coming up here shortly in the
Nice.
silent Dave and Aaron show.
Nice.
Very good, very good.
I'm figuring no one won the money. I was engrossed in a conversation Mum Shackles was telling me about a Mothman sighting in Broadway. But I would have heard the cheering.
Okay, yeah, you would have.
This is interesting.
Was it close?
Well,
No,
no,
he
not
missed
at all.
3 times in a row. He did
Three misses?
3 misses, and then he threw the last gutter ball he threw. There was a pin in the gutter that flew up and knocked over another pin, which allowed him to get the free pizza.
Yeah, there you go.
Congratulations, Joel.
The Lord smiled upon thee.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Real fast, if you've never heard the show before, we're doing this after Bingo is Life,
Correct.
the bingo variety show at Ruby's Arcade, our sponsor in downtown Harrisonburg.
I like that you call it a variety show.
And
It definitely is not that, but that's cool.
the climax of the evening is a bowling on the historic Duck Pins bowling lane.
right.
If you bowl a strike, you win $100.
Yeah,
$100.
that's right.
$100.
That's right.
Very rarely happens and did not happen tonight. But
Yeah, but you get to be a part of history
Get to be
with
part of
the
history.
with the bowling alley. Anyway.
On the bowling lanes this evening were 2 previous winners sitting right there next to the guy who was rolling. I was like, she won $100. She won $100.
That's an intense gaze. That's a lot of pressure.
It's so much pressure. Yeah, then the guy's like, I can do it. Flink.
Like,
then
throw
he
it
did
in the
not.
air, right?
Yeah, right.
this could be the only duck pin bowling alley west of Baltimore. Right?
Right, we're getting to that point, aren't we?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I don't know how many bowling alleys there are left. I mean, duck pin.
Duck pin.
Duck pin bowling alleys. Yeah.
This particular type,
Yeah.
very rare.
The what's the pin setter called? The
Sherman.
Sherman.
Sherman pin setter.
The same guy who made the tanks, right?
That's right, the Sherman tank. It's true. It's
Makes sense.
absolutely
Wow.
true.
What do you guys have coming up?
Well, the big this Friday, it's sold out, but I'm going to talk about it anyways.
it's a show
awesome.
that you can't go to.
Or maybe you got tickets.
Hey, that's right.
You know what, though? This is going to be so much fun. This Friday night at the Little Grill, we sold 40 tickets. It sold out in under 24 hours. There's 8 acts doing Paul Simon music, and it's going to kill.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
good.
really, really excited about
When
it.
I think back on all the crap I
Learned in high school. Right. Yeah, that's good. That's it.
I will not be
It's that
singing
guy.
that Friday night.
Are you coming?
I don't have a ticket, buddy.
Talk to me after this.
All right.
Ooh, listen to that.
I got connections.
Yeah.
Chris is going to pile people in there. Just square footage of people.
There you go.
What's
no
coming
doubt
up at
about
Court Square?
Oh, we've got things and stuff and entertainment galore. We have Lion King Jr. happening this weekend and next weekend. There's hay all over the floor, and I'm not quite sure what part of the show that goes to. But if you want to come see the show, you can find out with me. And next week, we have the Friendly City Fables on Wednesday the 26th. So that is going to be a fantasy improv quest wedged between a jungle and a savannah. So we'll see what it. Last year we got to act on the Shrek set, which is very fun to say.
Sure.
And it worked together very well with a fantasy improv. But we'll see where we go when we go to the Lion King
It's a long form Dungeons and Dragons improv
spin-off. Yeah,
spin-off. Whole
Kinda.
show, the whole evening is one long story. It's really cool.
It's just one long story.
Yeah, that sounds great, Jay.
Yeah, way to sell the concept.
Ladies and
It's
gentlemen,
like watching War and Peace on the stage. Yeah. There you go.
the art scenes are alive and well in Harrisonburg. Right here, folks. I'm going
We're
to introduce.
excited. We're just tired.
Yes, I'm going to introduce our 2 wonderful guests this evening. We are. I'm excited. We have Dick and Janessa from the CIGAR Club.
Thank you.
Hey, I just met them a couple months ago. We were lucky enough to do a bingo show at their Christmas party with the CIGAR Club, and it was so much fun. And they said, you have a podcast? I said, yes, come
look at
be
that.
on it. And here we are a couple months later, and we're doing it. So welcome aboard.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm noticing that there are people here from the Cigar Club, but there's not a cloud of smoke around us.
Yeah, what's that about?
Nary a
It's
cigar.
not all about cigars.
Yeah, what's it about, Dick?
I don't know why we know. It's an acronym, actually.
Uh-huh.
It stands for come in, get acquainted regularly.
That's beautiful.
There it is.
That really is.
There it is.
When I first heard that, I was like,
That makes sense. Okay.
However,
whose idea was that? Whose idea was that?
some people do smoke cigars.
Okay, well, yeah.
A few, maybe
few.
a dozen.
Yeah, no, I looked at the window of the little party, and I was like, oh, there's some people
Yeah.
smoking some cigars down there. They're doing their. I don't care at all. I think it's fine. It's just, I actually was like expecting more of it.
Right.
Truthfully.
Well,
Well,
go ahead.
We were kind of far away at the loft. Normally, we're like right next to a door, so people go in and out to kind of network. But
Yes.
the loft, you're on a second floor,
Yeah,
and the
that's right.
first floor has the smoking, so there wasn't too many people out there.
Yeah.
And it was cold.
Oh,
It was-
that's right. It was
it
cold.
was cold.
Super cold.
You're talking about the loft that near Magpie, right?
Correct.
Yes.
It's a
correct.
huge, wonderful space, right?
It is. We were
It
very
was
lucky to
perfect.
get in there.
They
We
treated
loved
us
it.
well, too. They did
Yeah,
a good job.
it's a really nice space.
It's a beautiful reclaim.
Had you all been there before?
No, it was my first time.
I did
Yeah.
a wedding. Well, I played for a wedding there.
You did a wedding? How many weddings you had?
Not as many as me.
That's for another podcast.
Dick, give us the elevator speech pitch for what the Cigar Club is all about. And
It started about, what now, Janessa, 12 years?
Yeah.
12 years ago.
years.
I
12
wasn't.
years ago.
Wow.
I'm just helping historically remember things.
Yeah, she's
part
my
of it
memory.
12 years ago.
In my age, I need a good mind, and she's it. So.
Right.
No, it started way back. There was a group of us crusty old guys that did smoke cigars, and we like to get together and talk business. And we
Yeah.
thought, well, why not grow this thing if we could, virally, organically, however that might happen. And so initially, we started out just being men. That didn't last long because the women invaded our privacy.
No, you said quarterly for the women.
Yes, it was. Once a quarter, we invited women. That
Oh, I
lasted
see.
1 year.
Oh, right.
One
right.
year, and then I got chewed out by a female.
Not me.
Not her. That female lives in Florida now, so we can talk about her. I'm
Okay,
not going to
good.
give out any names. But anyway, she said this just isn't right, and I said, well, what about what is it? The ladies that wear the red hats. The
Red Hat
Red Hat.
I thought,
Red
well,
Hat
why can't
Society.
we? You know, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
But anyway, we like women, so we
Yeah.
invited women,
Okay.
and that's the way it's been ever since. We started out at Cap Ale, and they had the was it a $2 or $3 hamburger?
I want to say it was $3.
I think it was $3, and so we went there every month. It's always on the fourth Monday, but we picked that date because most restaurants need people on Monday if they're
Right.
open.
If they're open, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So Cap Ale was very gracious about that, and it kind of grew virally and organically. And somebody tells somebody else, and we're up to on average maybe 60 to 80 people a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
do you still meet at Cap Ale?
No.
No. We move around. This, which segues right into where we're headed this Monday. We're going to be at Beyond can't say his last name, Kacharian, something like that. Sorry,
Cy.
Cy, if you're
I
listening.
think everyone
but
knows Cy from Beyond.
Yeah.
Cy's awesome, and he goes all out. He even puts food out,
Yeah.
which nobody that I know of. Well, we did have one.
Stablecraft
did that for us too, but puts a little food out, and just everybody comes, and the way he does it, he clears all the tables.
Right.
You just stand up and eat.
Yeah.
And mingle
cool.
and talk and have a good
Now
time.
you do these events not just in Harrisonburg, right? You mentioned Stablecraft.
Mostly Rockingham, mostly because
Gotcha.
they have venues that are conducive to cigars.
Right,
We
right.
try to
And
look.
are open on Mondays.
That's the big one. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were at Basic City last month, which was a hike down south, but it worked out well.
They don't open on Mondays, but we got them to open for us.
We've
Is
had
that
that happen.
right?
Stablecraft
Oh.
It
doesn't
was
either,
really
and they
nice.
open on Monday for us.
Oh, that's
So how many
nice.
people drove down to Stablecraft then? Or
did
I
you
mean,
think?
not Stablecraft,
Basic
Basic City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 70, 60,
Really?
70, yeah,
Wow.
at least.
People came and went because, as we said,
Yeah.
come when you can, leave when you need to.
Did you get a tour of their venue?
Yep. I mean, yes, it's,
The Foundry?
it's pretty
Yeah, the
fancy.
Foundry.
We didn't go in there.
It's
There was,
fancy
there
like
was
that.
actually another party going on. In
Oh,
the
is that
Foundry.
right? Wow.
Did you get to pet the ponies?
The ponies weren't out that night. I didn't see any ponies. Unfortunately.
I mean, at Stablecraft, we
Right.
did, yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
mean Stablecraft?
we
or you
were
talking about-
at Basic City.
I,
in
went-
November.
I
Sorry,
thought maybe
I
there were
missed-
ponies at Basic City, and
You
I
know
missed
what?
them.
Just
After that
just
couple
throwing
drinks
that
I
out
had,
in
I
the
thought I
world.
saw some ponies, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Just throwing that out in the world, Basic City. Ponies will level up your game.
There you go.
There you go.
That's all it takes.
Are there any ponies here? Or?
The golden
ponies-
pony.
The
golden pony.
Yeah.
Golden pony down
Yeah.
a couple blocks that way.
And we were there in November.
Oh, you
Yes, we
were.
were.
Yeah,
Wait,
we were.
Paul helped you.
Yep.
They do a nice job. Really
Now,
nice job.
Now, is there a structure? Do you have like a theme? For
No
each meeting?
structure. Here's the deal: no bylaws, no dues, no subscriptions, no nothing. If you want to come, you come. If you don't want to come, you don't come. We have 550 people on our email list. We send out 3 emails a month, 2 weeks before, 1 week before, the day of. If you come, great. If you don't, that's okay too. And we have people that haven't been there for 3 years, and they'll show up all of a sudden.
Right,
So it's crazy. But there will always be at least 50 people. At least.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we've had
That's
somebody
awesome.
coming from Charlottesville. We had somebody come in from Roanoke. They just happened to be in the area and heard about us. Like,
Right.
we're just going to stop in and see what you guys are like.
Very cool.
So anyone could just show up.
Yes, you may
Anybody,
show up,
yep.
Jay. You may show up.
I got to check with my personal secretary.
So, I mean, would you say that what you're doing is so you're building a community? You are building your community, but is there a theme behind the community that you're building?
I would say yes.
What would that be?
The theme is relationships are built by meeting and genuinely connecting with people. Mm-hmm. And one of the things when people want to come out, I send an email out to them that says on the base, and basically, if your only purpose is to hand out a business card and get business, you're in the wrong group. Get to
Right.
know them.
Right.
You don't do business with people you don't know.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
true.
hand out business cards all day long, but until you really get to know that person on a personal level, that's when you do business with them.
Right.
So it's a networking group, not like B&I, where I have to send you my real estate
Right.
referral when I may not even like the guy.
Right.
You know, it's more.
He's pointing
about,
at you, Jay.
Are you a real estate guy? I hope not.
I'm the one sending all those emails, 50 a day, that's filling up your box.
No, it's built on true connections.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man, that's so good.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I think it's so important. I mean, I
Well,
really
especially now when
Yep.
when a lot of people connect digitally.
Yep.
A lot of people, are
Absolutely.
doing things, online. It's nice to have a group that's physically trying to get, together.
And online
In person.
interactions are becoming a problem now.
They're superficial.
Yeah.
Like Meta's not
Right,
great,
right,
and people
right.
are leaving and jumping
Right.
ship on a lot of social media and trying to find new ways to connect. And connecting IRL is something that we got away from for so long, and we kind of needed to during the pandemic, but we're not pandying so much anymore.
Well, I'll tell you the
Say,
story. I'll
listen,
tell it.
IRL means in real life.
Oh, sorry, Jay. I wondered where I lost you.
Let me tell you this. I'll tell it really quick. In Harvard, I don't know how many years ago, they did a study on a couple hundred of their graduates. And they've tracked these people forever and ever and ever. Look it up. ChatGPT, check it out. I'm fact checking. You can fact check me. It's true. And
ChatGPT check. Good.
and the whole gist of it was, what is the secret to a long life? Okay?
Okay.
It's all about the people that live the longest are the people that have genuine relationships, not only with family and friends. You need those
Right.
clearly, but you also need it with your community.
Right.
And if you don't, if you're just in your little shell, think what kills older people. It's loneliness. So get over
Right.
it. Get out
Right.
and find a way to bond and unite with other folks. And I'm not saying that's gonna make you live long. There's a lot of other factors that figure into that. But as a general rule, that was the common theme with those people from Harvard. So
Right.
So just my brief, only been there once, did bingo most of the time
Yeah,
I was
right,
there.
right.
Yes, you did.
But the folks that I met were incredibly kind, and there were a lot of artists there.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
You actually, which was something that I really enjoyed. I was like, I didn't expect. There was a lot of people I did not expect to see that were
Right,
there,
right.
and it was cool. And I was rubbing elbows with different folks that I was excited to talk to.
I have to tell you guys,
Yeah.
Kelly May as you know,
Right.
is your segue into that group.
Yep.
Thank God, because
Yeah.
I mean, you guys did a slam bam job. I mean, everybody loved it. They had a good time, and you did what we try to do, which is make people laugh and have a good time.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that night there was a theme. You had a bingo theme.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
we
right.
did.
A bingo Christmas holiday.
La, 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 la,
With the
la,
DJ
la,
at
la.
the end of it too.
You guys can
Oh,
sing
that's
too.
right. That's right. The DJ was there.
Oh my God, you guys can sing
Oh, yeah.
in harmony. Like you
we're
have
in
a
a
family group.
We are in a band.
They're in a band. Yeah.
Are you in a band? Well, that certainly adds up.
What's
have-
the name of
they
your
have-
band again?
Dr. Howe.
There you go.
You can come
And-
see us at the Purple Wolf.
That's right. Yeah,
a
we're
couple
good.
times this summer.
They have,
this summer.
they have the tremendous brother harmonies going on. I'm not joking.
They do.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do.
well, there's
Yeah.
no question.
And
I
they
like.
have-
I saw that tonight
you're
more
too
than the
kind.
other night. It was good.
When they get their band going, they have Dave Abbott and Christian pitching in, and it's really the vocals are very strong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very kind.
yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, and Janessa.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna since for those of us not watching, you're slightly different demographic than Dick.
Yes.
Just curious, how did you get involved?
Tell her. If you don't, I will. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
I'd like to hear your version. So we ran into each other at the opening for Courtyard Marriott. His son was my financial advisor, and he happened to say, was it you who said I have a son that's Halterman?
I don't know how
it
you
worked.
met me, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you,
So-
if you're not going to say it, I'll say it.
Okay, you say it then.
I was getting burned out on it because we had to send all these emails
2019.
and lining up contacts. And even though we have no rules, no bylaws, there's basically 4 people that kind of run the show.
Right.
Janessa being one of the key ones. And then Chaz Haywood, of course,
Yep.
we mentioned him earlier, and Phyllis Friesen. And the 4 of them, I was ready to say, I'm done with this. It's too much. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And Janessa said, this is silly. We'll help you. And so she has been the Facebook presence of us ever since. I'm kind of the email guy. They kind of line up venues more so than I used to. I still help with that some, but
You do.
had they not stepped in, it'd be done. It
Right.
was just over for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
so thank you
Yeah.
You're
for
welcome,
keeping
guys.
this going.
Yeah, it started in 2019. It took me a year to get you to say yes, though.
Ah.
It took a long time.
To say yes to helping with the letting you.
Was I that possessive?
We did not want to
hard.
let go, and then all of a sudden,
Ah, yes.
2019 is like, all right,
Yeah.
here we
Yeah.
go. Because we started,
Delegating is hard.
like you said,
Yeah.
we used to be at Capitol Hill House. I don't know how many years,
A long
every
time.
single month,
Yeah.
and then we started moving around to different venues because we're like,
Yeah.
let's go somewhere else. I remember the first one. I don't know how you did it, but you got us into Explore More when they
Oh,
just
yeah.
had the first level. They had just started out, and they turned it into the first night at the museum for us.
Nice.
And that was
cool.
like in maybe 15?
Way back.
It
And we
was
started
way
out that
back
night
then.
at Cap Ale and then walked across the street.
Correct.
And it was crazy because they had drinks for us. It was like they put on the Ritz, man. It was awesome.
They did.
It was a fun night.
So-
was that the first time you went?
No, I had gone before, but I remember that one specifically because you were like, hey, we're going to go on a field trip real fast. And so we just started following him through downtown Harrisonburg to
He had no
Explore
idea
More.
where he was going at the time. He's
We
just going
had
this way.
zero idea. And then
case
we
you-
show up, and here's people with test tubes with alcohol passes. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
we're going to walk through the Explore More Museum.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
So most of these locations, you're not actually smoking cigars at the meeting.
Not all of them.
Not-
Not all of them.
But all locations we do go to, we ask if we can smoke. There's a few locations we cannot. Like I can't think of the venue name at the mall, but the mall doesn't allow you to smoke.
Yeah.
It's
And
right-
so-
yeah, right
But
next
Explore
to-
More
Well, no.
Discovery Museum is all about it.
Explore they didn't allow us to smoke, but it was different because in 2015 you walked in, it's like, well, here's your alcohol and here's like all this stuff. It's like, well, this is very
Interesting.
odd.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, here's the night at the museum where you do all of that now, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I will tell you, we have tried to do random stuff to
Yeah,
keep people
yeah.
on edge, like what's happening next. Kind of, it seems there
I like
seems
it.
to be
Keep
vague
people
familiar.
on edge.
It seems to be a theme going here with you guys, kind of. But we actually took a bus twice to Richmond and toured the Capitol when Steve Landis was
yeah.
involved there. He set us up with that. Chaz, not Chaz, but Chris Runyon has offered to do that again for us. It's just that's a lot of organizational
Right,
stuff that
right.
has to happen. But we've done a lot of just random stuff that I think keeps us people kind of like that. Just like you guys. You guys are random.
Yeah.
That's true.
Pretty random.
I appreciate that, and
Yeah.
that's kind of partly what we're going for.
Yeah.
We're talking about
absolutely.
Chaz Haywood, clerk of the court.
Yes, sir.
He's
Yes.
a great guy. He's done some great stuff down there.
Oh, he has.
Resurrecting the records and everything in the basement of the courthouse.
Super good guy. Yep. He's very helpful with this, and he's almost at every one of them. He comes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the age range of breakdown? Are there folks, younger people there?
Yeah.
Or?
So it's from 20 to those who are retired.
Yeah.
Anybody can come. We've even had a baby there. Someone had brought their kids with us. That's fine.
We're kid friendly.
Was it the baby from Roger Rabbit? Because he loves cigars.
No.
Right.
That's right. That's true.
Okay, well, maybe next time.
Yeah, we'll work on that one.
we used to have a bingo baby that would come here. Even wearing the little shirt that said bingo baby.
She made a onesie that said bingo is life. And it was the cutest.
Yeah, it was.
And how's the kid doing now, Dave?
I know. I think
we
he's
haven't
27 years old now.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we
That long,
are
huh?
celebrating. We'll
This is 8, right?
Yeah, this is our 8th year of doing bingo.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
At this, it's funny how fast time goes.
Oh my goodness!
You know, you start doing
yeah.
something, you just keep doing it because you're having fun, and then
Yep.
you're in 8 years. You guys are in how many years?
12.
You said
12.
12.
12. Yeah.
12. Yeah. I mean, it just flies.
It does go by like that.
Yeah.
I was explaining to somebody, this past week about bingo, this podcast specifically, and I kind of ran into this thing. When something is hard to do or more difficult, like that shows you that it's important, and just like you're putting together. When you get to that point where it's like this is hard to do, that's actually good because it's showing you that this is something important for you. And when I think about the podcast, it's like it's difficult enough for me to know it's important, but it's easy enough for me to do to know that I can keep doing this for a while.
That's a good way
And
of
I
saying
love that
it. Yeah,
thing. I love that kind of space.
I like that
Yeah,
thought.
well, we
I
just
do.
hit 3 years.
Yeah, we just we just went over our 100th episode for this crazy
I
podcast
saw that.
Yeah.
Congrats.
not too long ago.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
There's more of you listening today than ever. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thanks, Harrisonburg. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Grayson.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Hey,
right.
and if Phyllis listens, hi, Phyllis.
You know Phyllis?
Oh, I love Phyllis.
All right.
Okay.
She'll
We
be
used-
tickled that you said that.
We used to
'Cause
water
she will
plants.
listen.
Yeah, we used to water plants together at the greenhouse, and I don't know if she drove the cow train or
Phyllis
not,
is
but-
the social butterfly of Rockingham County. She knows everybody. Yep.
Oh, I
It's just really think it's a great idea because we really do need human connections
Yeah.
now. Just going back to the previous point, everything's social media has fragmented things.
Yes.
and we just need to all connect as human beings. We've been.
Absolutely. And I think one thing I would say, the whole cigar twist, if you will, has enough crusty to it that somebody's thinking, what in the world? And then always like, what in the world do you all do? Is it all about cigars? And that's when you say, no, it has nothing to do with cigars. And they're like, what? So
We have that same conversation about this podcast. Wait a minute, it's called Bingo is Life? Yeah. It's not about bingo? No.
No.
No, it's not. Well, so one of my favorite things we do in our show every week is at the end of the show, we say, everybody look to the person on your left and say, hi, I'm glad you're here.
Yep.
And look to the person on the right and say, hey, I'm glad you're here. And tonight, I love the extra twist of look at someone you don't know and say,
Yeah, the stranger.
and look at point at a stranger and say, I'm glad you're here. There is something about getting together randomly or with your friends.
Yeah.
We need it.
And you guys have
It's-
that going on. I picked up very much on that with your crowd.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
they're like you had Bridgewater College kids here.
That's
You had
right.
JMU kids here. You had people that were my age here. I'm like, I mean, like
27-year-olds. Yeah.
Thank you. God, I love you guys. Just reverse those 2 digits. And you got it right.
There is a 7 there for him.
He's been eating his kale though because you don't look it.
Well, hey Jay, we're gonna hang out, brother. I'll buy you a drink the next time you show up.
So you need to come to Cigar Club at Beyond on Monday. Come on out.
It'll be
This
a
coming
pile
Monday.
of people
This
there.
coming Monday.
It's going to be a banner crowd because we've got 66 signed up with a week to go, and that's huge.
Yeah, okay.
We draw
that
a
is
huge
a
crowd at
big
Beyond.
number. They
Good.
love
Okay.
sign. They like
So
Beyond.
for people that do want to get involved with you guys, never heard of it before until just listening to this, what do they look up? Where should they go?
the easiest thing to do is valleycigarclub.com.
Okay,
valleycigarclub.com.
Okay.
That's
And
the website for the registration. Once you register, you get on the email list.
Okay.
And we
good,
put your
good.
name out there because I've also found that if you see somebody you know that you've been wanting to see,
Yeah,
their
right.
name's on the list, you say, hey, I get to see them. I'm going to
Okay,
go.
right.
So the names show up, whoever signs up. Now, a lot of people come and don't sign up, and that's fine too. We have no rules, no bylaws. I told you, we have nothing. No rules.
I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. I ran a business with a group of people. I helped start the Little Grill Collective. We had lots of rules. when you run a business,
they were good rules.
They were good rules. They were good rules. But running a business is two different worlds than having a group of friends to get together.
Right.
That Little Grill Collective, they had meetings to plan the meetings that were planning the meetings.
Yes, we really did.
We were good at it.
Yeah, and we were really good at that. Man, we planned some meetings. So this is great. So Beyond, I love Beyond.
Yeah.
And no, I think it's one of it's a great restaurant for downtown. I think they kill. We have so many good restaurants downtown
we do.
right now.
We sure do.
Like, is this it? We've
I'll tell you what melts my heart is when Cy showed up at Basic City.
Yeah.
I mean, when those guys will support one another like that, that's crazy good too.
Yeah. Right.
He's been at Capitol Ale House with us. He came down to Stablecraft last year with us.
Yep.
So he made an amazing transition. He used to be a television repairman over there.
I did not know that, but it doesn't surprise me.
He had a shop where the Thai restaurant is.
was.
Oh yeah,
on
that's his folks, right? They own Taste of Thai. I'm pretty sure.
I think they're family. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
they're
think
not
it's
related.
parents.
I thought it was his folks.
I think it's cousins.
Somebody
or
chat
nephews.
GPT check me on this, but I'm pretty sure it was Size Electronics, and we repaired televisions up to the point where people just started throwing them away and not getting new ones.
That is news to me, and that's amazing. Does not surprise me. He can do anything.
And it was in that same building.
He can
before they expanded it.
And then he transitioned into the restaurant business. Yeah. So he must be a really gifted person.
He works out a lot. I don't know. We look a lot that way. I don't know if you noticed. A lot of people confuse us because.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's good.
So wait, that's USC right out on the street all the time on Reservoir?
Yeah, that's me.
Interesting.
That's me.
Okay.
So
we're built very similar.
What do you do outside of this, Janessa? I'm very interested. I don't know what
I do?
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm the corporate accounting manager at Eddie Edwards Signs.
You're an Eddie Edwards guy. You're a sign person.
Accounting person. Yeah,
accounting for the signs.
That's right.
Signs.
Signs.
Yeah. Do you sing that going into work?
No.
Every day.
Maybe I'll look up the lyrics so I can start singing as I walk in the door.
She never wants to hear that song again.
And everyone's
Do
going to look
this,
at me.
don't do that. Can't you read Eddie Edwards signs?
Yes,
Listen to you
can, 'cause
go.
They're well
There
made.
If we ever need a commercial, I will pull you in and be like, hey, I know somebody.
Get them to sing. Well, get them both because they have harmony and they're good together.
This is true.
I know a guy.
Chris and Mike.
They'll answer, Eddie Edwards Signs answers your how, what, where, when, but mostly the how.
The how. How do you put that up there?
Like,
we can tell you that.
And here's Dr. How and the reasons to live.
I see. It comes back around. Yeah.
I was making fun of your name. It was.
If you do streaming, it is Dr. How and the Reasons to Live. Chris has some, and Mike has Trouble in the Trailer Court.
Yeah.
Trouble in the trailer court?
Trailer park. Trouble in the trailer park.
I like the court, though. I like that one.
Trailer court.
I was darn close.
Ooh, what panache.
To be the king of the trailer court.
What do you do? What do you do, Dick?
I am not retired, oddly enough, because I absolutely stinking love what I do, which is help people buy and sell and value companies.
Oh.
So when you get this gig up to a certain level,
okay, we'll come talking.
When you get your EBITDA over $1 million, come
praise
holler
you.
at me.
All right.
Tell you how
Give
much
us
it's
another
worth.
year or two.
I was a CPA for 45 years, and this is what I do now. It's much more fun than being a CPA. I'll say that.
Right.
I could have used you in 1995.
Yeah. And I wish I could have.
What, is that the IRS?
No, just a long story. It's selling a business.
Yep.
So,
That's what we do.
I
We
can also
value-
help you with that because I also prepare tax returns for 20 years, and I just gave that up in October.
Are you
do
doing
what I
tax
do now.
returns now? You moonlighting, Janessa?
A little bit.
Oh,
I'm still
whoa.
helping out people who need help with their taxes.
I bet.
How about people that just need help?
Are you included in that?
Yeah, I am. I'm very much.
I'm sorry, Sally. I really am trying to help them right now.
She'll love it.
Okay, I'll tell you a tax story that happened this year.
Here we go.
I can't.
Bring it.
No.
Bring it on.
Remember,
Let's hear
Chris, they're listening.
I
Yes.
know.
Yeah, you are going to put this out there. Just remember that.
It's fine. This is okay. It's okay. So I play music, and anytime you make over $600,
Yeah.
you have to. You got to pay taxes.
Yeah, you
taxes on
pay
that.
taxes.
So
Well, you're supposed to pay it when it's less than that. You know
Too,
that.
right. You're supposed to report it no matter what.
The only one is you're just saying you got caught. You just got caught.
Be careful.
I'm happy to pay.
Yes.
I'm happy to pay taxes.
Good to hear
Happy.
I
that.
like it all. All right.
That person does too, apparently.
Those are some people having fun.
So I typically by I think
it's an
it was
IRS
like
agent.
February 3rd. But it was like February 3rd, and my wife was like, "Well, we haven't gotten any what do we call them?
1099s.
Yeah, 1099s." I said, "Let's do them taxes. We're good. We got all the ones."
Bum,
and
bum,
then
bum.
Guess what shows
They
up on
have until the
February
end
4th.
of February, son.
no, I
yeah.
read till the end of January. It said
Some
February
people get
1st.
extensions, unfortunately.
I was so frustrated because then I was like, oh, so then I had to do an addendum on my taxes.
Yeah, right.
Because I
But
got
why?
this
Didn't you
1099.
report it?
I got this 1099.
Didn't you report it the first time around?
I didn't know that I even did. I forgot. I forgot.
Income.
How,
I forgot.
They don't
how many
teach us
bank
how to-
accounts do you have? There it is. Did you put that in the wrong account and forget about it?
She gets
That's right.
kickbacks from IRS.
right.
I do.
So there I was.
Does the
I did-
account count
I
if
did-
it's a bed, like
Hold on.
under the bed mattress?
This, I have another layer to this story.
Oh,
You need to have another
whoa.
one. Because I did the addendum. I did the whole thing, and I sent them the extra. I was like, I had
It's
to
called
write
an
a-
amended return, but
amended
that's okay.
return.
There you go.
I wrote the check. I wrote
word.
I
Yeah,
wrote the
you
check.
got the A part.
I was like, here we go. I was so, and my wife was like, oh, I can't believe we had to go through all this. And I said, me either. We're done.
Well, I'm glad you came clean.
Another 1099.
How much more tax money, though? That's the
love
real
it.
question.
I said, will this ever end?
Self-employment income, too, Janessa, so he got that tax, too.
Yeah, you did.
Anyways.
It's okay.
I got online and they said
He's still standing, though. So
My
it's good.
online people said I had to wait until everything's taken care of
He's
before
got an
I
ankle
do it
bracelet,
again.
though, I noticed. He's got
I
an
can't go
ankle
to Stanton.
bracelet. Is that a reason you have an ankle bracelet on?
Ouch.
Anyway,
Taxes.
let's get off that. That'd be another. You could have another podcast on that. That would
Yeah.
put everybody to
Taxes?
sleep.
I
You
don't
won't have
know if I
anybody
wanna do it.
listening.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bore you with my tax story?
Thanks for that exciting tax story.
Jay did fall asleep. You didn't notice that. He
yeah,
was
it
gone
is
for a
involved.
bit.
He does that.
He
It's
does.
He
okay.
slumped in his seat
Gotcha.
over here. I'm like,
I just have to get away from the microphone. 'cause,
So you can laugh at him.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so is your group you've had your group here at Ruby's?
Once. That was with the old owner. So can
Okay.
y'all get us in here again? Because
Yeah,
we'd
we
like
would
come
love
back.
to come back in here. It was fantastic. I can't remember what year
We
that
had
was.
a huge crowd in here. We had as many as you had.
Okay.
Every bit.
It's not a
Well, okay,
competition,
maybe not as good as your all show.
Oh, okay, I got
Lauren,
it.
is Lauren still in charge? Is she still running the place?
Lauren Davis?
Lauren
I think
Davis.
so.
Yeah.
Is that there was an older lady we dealt with.
Oh, Margaret.
Oh, you're talking about Margaret. Yeah.
Okay. She was really
Or
nice and
Karen.
worked with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did it back when she was doing it too. Apparently, 7
Well,
years you said.
Oh,
Play.
yeah.
It's been at least,
yeah.
it hadn't been that long since
Yeah.
we've been here.
I think 2016. I couldn't remember what year we were in here.
I don't remember either, but it was great.
Well, we'll get you back.
Work on
to
that
there.
for us.
Consider it
We
done.
can make that happen.
We
Why don't y'all
tried,
come
but
Monday
again,
Do
night?
my
it's,
taxes. Consider it done.
it's that Monday night thing because we've asked.
Oh,
They're like,
that's
we're
right,
not
the
open on
Monday night.
Mondays.
Oh,
but
that is.
normally we tell people to, but we bring in like 100 people.
Yeah.
Like we can
We
fill
would
the
here.
space
Yeah.
up.
Bring 100 here.
That makes a difference. Huge
It does
Oh,
because I
yeah.
get it. You don't want to turn on the lights. You don't want to do all this stuff or pay the staff.
Staffing,
but
yeah.
Well, and
we
always
bring
tell
the people.
The other thing we tell these guys is don't do your full menu. Just
Yes.
put out a menu just for the cigar club. Make it 3-4 items. That's it.
Yeah, right.
That's all you get.
Right.
Plus the publicity of getting folks in who probably never been to the business before.
Exactly.
Very
Yeah.
true.
That is exactly right. That's
Very good.
That's what we sell them on. Try to.
Oh man. Well, okay. So what have we learned? We've learned that you
We've
guys
learned
are
good people.
awesome. Yeah. No, thank y'all so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for inviting us.
coming over
This-
here and talking about your club.
We've been excited about it since you said something.
It's not even an exclusive club.
That's
it's just
right.
like it's
open.
It's a inclusive.
Inclusive club. Yeah.
You just have to know somebody to ask.
Yeah. Ask these people.
In your
They're good
case,
people.
there is an application.
I figured as much.
Maybe with a 1099.
Janessa is going to give
You're Fort
Mike.
Defiance guy, right? Hold on.
I am, yeah, I am.
I'll be there tomorrow. Don't worry.
You got to quiet the boys down
No,
first.
they'll burn out after a while. You know,
That's
you just
good.
wait.
That's good.
You just wait for the fuse
Wait
to
'em
end,
out.
and then you come in with the witticism. And here's the witticism.
Yes.
Janessa's going to send Mike the link,
Oh,
and we're
perfect.
going to put the link in the show notes.
Perfect.
And so if you're listening to
Nice.
this and you want to read the show notes,
It'll
you
be
can
in
find
the
more
show
about the
notes.
thing, and you could go to the thing, and you can see the people, and you can be their friends.
I love show
There you go.
notes.
There you
They're the
go.
best.
There it is.
Thank you for that.
Perfect. Thank you.
You betcha.
Did we run over? Or did we
No,
talk-
no.
we're golden.
See, we make our own rules too.
Okay.
It's perfect. It's a perfect time.
You guys want to talk about more taxes?
Yes.
I mean,
I want to hear the horror stories. Please.
if this could become a very entertaining lesson in
Right,
how to
right.
do your taxes, we
How
may
to
be
do it
able to cash
properly.
in on that.
And now for
because-
your unexpected tax horror story.
There you go. Don't do this, kids.
I was really thinking you're going to say, then I got an IRS letter. And I was like, oh, there you go. More to add to that plate.
I've had that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we are not. Gonna
Nah,
talk
we don't
about
need to go
my
there.
past Taxes.
We might have talk. This sounds very interesting.
It's you know what it is. It's playing music. It's being an artist.
Yep.
It's hard to be
Yep.
an artist.
Gigs.
And then you
Yep.
you have your gig economy thing, and you're
Yeah,
like,
man.
well, do I keep all my receipts for every bit of gas I've ever used, or do
Yeah.
I just
Not
roll with
report
it?
half the income.
Or just yes.
So wait, is that 600 a year or 600 in a chunk?
Yeah, right.
And
In
these
a
are,
year,
and these are all,
cumulative.
all decisions being made by creative types, which
Oh, yeah.
are not known for their rationalism.
No, very left side brain.
Right,
yeah,
right.
very much.
Can't even keep track of who's in their band. You know?
That's true.
That's the other. Hold on, that's the other. That's actually why I talked to the IRS, because I was like, guys,
Yeah.
I didn't even keep
Yes,
that money.
right,
I
right.
gave it all the way to all these other people.
Yeah.
So you had
So
to.
you're the
Man.
contact.
Yeah.
That's really good documentation.
So you have to. So you have to actually.
I can prove it. We said it on a
we
podcast.
said it on a podcast. So
We lost Jay again, by the way.
and done. Thank you, IRS. Leave me alone.
There it is.
So what if we just take that gig money and just donate it directly to some nonprofit?
There you
You
go.
still took the money.
Okay.
She's got to be here representing the truth.
Yeah, that
so
makes
sorry.
Sense, that makes sense.
I'm not here right now. Go ahead and ask that question.
Yeah, all right. I won't do that then.
Janessa's not here. She walked away.
I'll just send that money directly to the IRS and say, you figure it out.
There you
The
go.
problem with
Can you do that?
thought process is contributions are limited.
Yes.
So you have to report the income, but you're limited on how many contributions you can deduct.
You have to be able to itemize to be able to take that.
Oh my
Which is
God.
like
Not many people do
all
that.
right,
I'm
all
sorry.
right. We'll have to have a
It's
supplemental
tax
episode
season.
for the tax follow-up questions. But for now, let me just say thank you guys very
Oh,
much for
my
being a
God.
part
You're
of
very
this. I
welcome.
appreciate it.
You
I
guys are the
really do.
best.
No, thank
Good
you.
hanging with you
Thanks.
too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
No,
Being,
you
Learning
Janessa
stuff.
Baker,
You got
Dick
it.
Halterman
Yes.
Yes.
from the Cigar Club. I'm amazed. Fantastic to find out about this.
Thank you.
It's been around for all these years. I didn't know. Once again, we're down here at Ruby's Arcade in scenic downtown Harrisonburg. 7:30 every Tuesday night for Bingo is Life, the live show, and then listen to Bingo is Life, the podcast, anytime you want. Thanks to Andre and all of the fellows down in Brazil for tuning in, and we'll see you next week, kids.
Perfect. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
See ya.
Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers Howdeshell and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.